The following is a quotation of Thai Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesman Kun Tarit Jarunwat, who is Director General of the Department of Information and spokesman for the Thai Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in regard to his government's comments on two articles that appeared in The Economist magazine on 4 December 2008 regarding Thailand's Lese Majeste laws. Quote, I am deeply dismayed by The Economist's narrow views and condescending attitude. In trying to justify presupposed contentions, your double pieces, the king and them, and a right royal mess, choose to give credence to writing by one American journalist about the King of Thailand and interpret events to suit his unfounded conspiracy-prone speculations, while disregarding important facts that prove otherwise. More fundamentally, the articles ignore the very fact that each country evolves from backgrounds specific to itself and that the bonds between Thai people and their kings are deeply rooted in the kingdom's centuries-long history. Throughout his reign, the king has clearly demonstrated that he is above and not involved in politics, strictly adhering to the roles prescribed by law. His steadfast political neutrality adds to the weight of his words his moral authority, not political power. His intervention has been few, and when made, was meant to prevent further bloodsheds among Thais, as in 1992, not to side with any groups. Nevertheless, political groups and analysts alike seem to have taken pains to get him involved. Prior to the military intervention on 19 September 2006, when Thailand's political system seemed to have ground to a halt, a call was made for a royally conferred government. The king, in his address to judges in April that year, refused and said clearly that the problems must be resolved democratically and through constitutional means. Had he no faith in democracy, he would have done otherwise, and Thais would have obliged. There is no need, as there has never been, for any behind-the-scenes intrigue, as alleged. Unbelievable. The affection and reverence that Thais feel toward him is genuine and shown voluntarily. This is also not true. Stemming as much from their appreciation for his lifelong devotion and hard work for the well-being of all Thais, as for his commitment to democracy. Yet due to this, some groups have sought to make claims of royal support or interpret his action or silence for their own political ends. Indeed, the king said in 2005 that he is not beyond criticism, but his position as being above politics does not allow him to respond to any political claims or allegations against him, unfortunately including those made by The Economist. Thus the raison d'etre for Thais to call for the so-called Lese Majeste law to protect their king. This is hogwash. There is, here is another omitted fact. In Thailand, as in other democracies, laws are enacted by parliamentarians who respond to the will of the people they represent. By neglecting facts and simple logics like these, your articles blatantly make wrongful accusations regarding the king and inexcusably offend Thais. They deserve our protest in the strongest terms. Just a brief couple of comments on the ministry's response to The Economist. The spokesman says that he's dismayed by The Economist's narrow views and condescending attitude. This actually is a perfect citation of Thailand's own narrow views and condescending attitude toward both Thais and foreigners alike who know beyond any doubt that the country's Lese Majeste laws are being abused for political purposes, as well as to make more positive reputations of certain people who are abusing the office of the monarchy for their own gain. The ministry also begs the question when it says that the articles of The Economist ignore the fact that each country evolves from specific background to itself, and that the bonds between Thai people and their kings deeply rooted in the kingdom's centuries-long history. This completely skirts the issue as to how these bonds are created and how they are maintained. Later on in the statement, the ministry spokesman referred to Thais voluntarily showing respect to His Majesty. This is also not always true. There are probably millions of Thais, certainly thousands and thousands, who would not want to stand up in a theater when the royal anthem is played, and yet they're forced to do so. A gentleman by the name of Chotisak and his Muslim girlfriend were arrested in Bangkok when they attended a theater there and refused to stand up during the royal anthem. More on this later.